Doing? Good.
Drew kind of asked Tommy the same thing. Just that moment at the end of the game when he comes up and kind of drills you a little bit. Just what was that like to be able to celebrate with him? Obviously, you guys have such a good relationship, but what was that like to be able to have that moment?
It was amazing. Him and I have built such a great relationship over the past couple of years, and going all the way back to high school. And we're two guys that want to win. We're two guys that work really hard to win and care so much about this team and care so much about each other. And I don't think anyone can really understand he and I's relationship except us. And I'm so thankful to be able to play for him and learn under him. And I'm so thankful, and it's a great time to share a great moment with him. And I remember when Ian beat Clemson, he had a similar moment with him, and I remember I was like, wow, I hope I can one day too, and we did. So it was great.
You've said you try not to get too high, not to get too low, but it looks like obviously you allowed yourself to get a little high there in that moment to enjoy it just a little bit.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I think that going kind of when right before we went out on the field in victory formation, I kind of just lost my mind on the sidelines, going up to every guy on the field because those guys worked so hard and they played so hard, and I'm back there running the show, and those guys are in the trenches, and I'm just so proud of every single player on our team, and but we just got to learn from it and keep moving, and we're on to Navy.
Drew, you stated that the most important stat is a W, but in this game, not a lot of passing numbers, but what did you learn about being a quarterback through a game like the Clemson game?
Just running the show, doing everything I can to help our team win, and like you said from the very beginning, I think that winning is the most important thing. I mean, Coach Freeman says it all the time. It's either, when you're in a fight, it's either you get your hand raised or you don't, so it's just winning or losing. And, I think obviously there's things you can learn and get better from, but, I just do everything I can to help us win.
Clemson was last week. You've got the mids coming up. This is a team undersized, not the greatest, but they fight. How tough will this game be to prepare for from a mental aspect, knowing that they're going to come after you and come after you?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think part of being at Notre Dame is you're always going to get, the other team's best game. And, I think Navy's a great team. They play very hard, and, it's a tough opponent every single year. And, we just got to focus on what we can control, and that's just practicing as hard as we can and doing everything we can to, be able to be successful on Saturday. So, we're just approaching it and learning and getting better every single day in practice.
Drew, you guys have played your best football against your toughest opponents. And Navy, obviously, while they're tough in terms of the physical play, their record is not there. How do you guys make sure there is not a letdown this week?
What I always say, and something that Conor McGregor says, if you sleep on a win, you wake up with a loss. That's what our whole entire thing of coming in Sunday and practicing, flushing the game, learning from it. And, something that Coach Freeman has instilled in the whole team, and Coach Reese as well, is we can't let winning mask the true outcome of plays of the game. So you got to learn and get better no matter what the outcome was in the game. And, we all understand that was a great game, but we got to move on, and we're on to Navy. And, that's just what we've done every single week of this whole entire year. So we just got to keep on getting better.
Can you give your recap of when you got that hot pass play, and at the end, Tommy said you had to kind of double take?
Yeah.
Was that the right call?
Yeah, no, I looked over the sideline, and I couldn't, believe we were calling a pass because, we were running the ball so well, and I had to double take a couple times. And, our motto this whole week was, let them hang, and also that, it doesn't have to be close. We have a lot of confidence in ourselves, and we have a lot of confidence in our team and our ability and what we can do as an offense. And, it was kind of a great moment to go off on. So,
what can you say about the play of the offensive line, in particular these last couple of weeks?
Yeah, those guys just come to work every single day and practice as hard as they can. That group of guys are like this. Every single one of them is extremely close, and it's a credit to Coach Heastand as well. I went up after the game, I think when they showed me going crazy on the sidelines, I went over to the O-line and hugged every one of them. And Coach Heastand was drawing something up with a minute right before we went out in victory formation. I was like, what could he be doing? And I gave Coach Heastand a hug too. So, those guys just work their tails off, and I'm so glad that I'm able to, be in the backfield with those guys protecting me. So.
Last question.
Any conversations with Cam, who's from Baltimore, and be able to, get some insight on what it may be like playing in that atmosphere?
No, I haven't talked to Cam yet, but Coach Freeman always says, it's 120 yards by 53 to third, and whatever field we step on is our domain, and that's how I'm going to approach this week, and that's how I approached every game this year, and I just can't wait to be able to do that again.
Drew, what was that quote again? You go to sleep on that?
You sleep on a win, you wake up with
Who
a
said that?
loss.
Who said that?
Conor McGregor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, good. Thank you guys.